Today we are going to study unit number 24, Environmental Science. So in the previous class we have studied a little about what we mean by the environmental science. So what are the factors of the environment? So how that the environment manage in balance. So these are the things in the previous class we have studied. Today we are going to study water cycle. How that water it's move one stage to another stage to another stage. So once again it comes the same stage. So this is the detail we are going to study that we called water cycle. Water cycle or otherwise is called a hydrological cycle. So water cycle also it called as a hydrological cycle is the continuous movement of water on earth. So the water move one place to another place. It does not stop the stage. So it move to the next stage. After the next stage it comes to the beginning stage. Then once again it move to the next stage. So it is like a cycle. The continuous movement of water on the earth. So that we called water cycle or we called hydrological cycle. In this process, water moves from one reservoir to another by process such as evaporations, sublimations, transpirations, condensations, precipitations, surface runoff water and infiltrations. During which water converts itself to various forms like liquid, solid and vapor. So the water cycle is moved to one stage to another stage. It may be called that is evaporations, sublimations, transpirations, condensations, precipitations and surface of runoff water and infiltrations. So this is a move. So during this are the stages. It may be a liquid stage or solid and a vapor stage. So this is the detail we are going to study. What is the evaporations? What is sublimations? Transpirations, condensations, precipitations. So look at this the pictures. We come to know that little detail about water cycle. So this is the sea, oceans. So what happens? The evaporation is happening here. The water become like a gaseous form from the liquid. Then after goes there. So here some of the trees are there. So it absorbs the water. The evaporations of transpirations is occur here. Evapotranspiration is occur here. It become cloudy. So after that a condensation is happening there and precipitations occur here. Then we call this here rain. Then water management and once again is moved to the oceans. So look at this side. After the runoff water on the surface, some water get inside the earth that we called infiltrations. Then it goes the percolations because the water movements are happening inside the earth. At last is moved to the oceans. So this is the detail we are going to study. What is evaporations? Evaporations is the type of evaporations which liquid is converted into gases before reaching its boiling point. We know if something is goes to next stage, what will happen? The liquid become the gases here, but without boiling. So each liquid they have a certain boiling point. So after reaching only that we have liquid become gases, but here not like that. So before the reaching the boiling point, so it become evaporations. Water evaporates from the surface of the earth, and water bodies such as the oceans, seas, lakes, ponds and rivers. So it is the circulations. Oceans, sea, lakes, ponds and rivers. So after that we get the rain, what will happen? So these are the cycles. So here we should know that is the evaporation is the type of the evaporations where liquid is converted into gases before reaching its boiling point. So look at this the picture. So here the water become evaporations or evapotranspirations, but both we consider as evaporations. Sublimations. What do you mean by sublimation? Sublimation is nothing, is conversion of solid to gases. So how that water becomes a solid? So like ice. So the ice how to melt into liquid. After liquid it become gases, but here the solid become gases. It means the ice become gases form. So we come to know that sometimes when you take that ice bar, what will happen? The evaporations may occur. We can able to something is vapors around the ice cube. So what it means that we call is a sublimations. So look at that. Sublimation is the conversion of solid to gases without passing through the intermediate liquid base. So it means it not become a liquid. Before it become a liquid, it goes to the next stage of gases. So that we call it sublimations. So ice sheets and ice caps from north and south poles and ice caps on mountains get converted into water vapor directly without converting into liquid. So this is we called sublimations. So sublimations, it's a conversion of solid to gases. The ice cube produce the gases. The gas we call is a evaporations, vapors. What do we call transpirations? So transpirations is the process by which release water vapor into atmosphere through stomata in leaf and stem. We know that the plants do the transpirations. How? Through the stomata. The stomata have guard cells. The guard cells is open. The evaporation is happening there. The water vapor comes out from the leaf or comes out from stem. That we consider transpirations. So transpiration is the process by which plants release water vapor into atmosphere through stomata in leaves and stems. Condensations. What do you mean by condensations? Condensation is the changing of gaseous base into liquid bases and is the reverse of evaporations. What happened? Gases become the liquid. Normally the liquid become gases, but it is a reverse. So this we call condensations. It means what happened? Clouds in the gaseous form. So the clouds, it comes as a rain. So that we call liquid. So this we called the changes. The gases become the liquid, that we called condensations. So you may understand that at higher altitudes the temperature is low. The water vapor presents their contents to form very thin particle of water droplet. So that's the water droplet we called rain. So that we called condensations. So these particles comes close together and to form clouds and fog. So you know that what is the transpirations, what is the evaporations, what is the condensations. So look at that's the transpirations. So this is the plants. Water evaporated from leaf surface. The water vapor is moved from the plants. So water travel through the plants. So water absorb the water available around the root. The root absorb the water and goes to the leaf and stem. So the stem and leaf have stomata. It open, the water vapor goes out. The evaporation is happening there. So this is the very simple diagram to understand about transpirations. Precipitations, the water or rainfalls happening there. So the water is available in the earth or ground. Evaporations occur, then transpiration take over. Condensations, evaporations, precipitations. Condensations, what do you mean by condensations? We know that the liquid become gaseous form, and precipitations, nothing, the gaseous form become liquid, reverse. So this is evaporations. Sublimations, we know that the ice cube or ice caps become or produce the gaseous form. Condensations, so it become rain or it's ready to become water. And transpirations, precipitations, then snow melt, runoff, and surface of water. So the ground water flow. So the ground water flow, it's also we call it a porewell. So because of the groundwater flow only we are getting enough water for our usage. So look at this the picture. So it's very simple to understand what is that. What is the sublimations? What is the condensations? What is transpirations? Precipitations. What do you mean by precipitations? Due to change in wind or temperature, clouds combine to make bigger droplets and pour down as precipitations. And precipitations include drizzle, rain, snow, and hail. So that's our different drizzling. So not is a heavy rain, it's a light rain. So this we called precipitations. So precipitations is nothing, the changes which occur in the environment because of the wind and temperature. The big droplet comes or pour down as a precipitations or as a rainfall. So that we call as precipitations. Sometimes heavy rainfall or snow or hail drizzle. So this we call as a precipitations. Runoff, as the water pour down, it runs over the surface of earth. Runoff water combines to form channels, rivers, lakes, and end off into sea and oceans. So what happened? The surface water move towards the sea. So during this, some water, a good amount of water may get in the earth. That all called infiltrations. So that we may see next. So look at that, infiltrations. Some of the precipitated water, it means rainwater, move deep into soil. Then it move down and increase the groundwater level. Look at this. This is we call a runoff water on surface above the ground. So here infiltrations. So the water get inside the soil. The soil water storage. Percolations, the water movement which presents inside the ground. Deep groundwater. So it gets deep groundwater. So this is the things we call infiltrations. Infiltration is nothing, getting of the rainwater into soil or move to the deeper of the soil. That we called infiltrations. Percolations. Percolation is nothing, some of the precipitations water flow through soil and porous percolate rock. Infiltrations and percolations are the two related but different process describing that movement of water into the soil. So this is the movement. So inside the soil, the water movement is happening here. Or run off the water through the or inside the ground. Human impact on water cycle. So how we disturbed? Major human activities affecting the water cycle on land and urbanizations, dumping of plastic waste on land and into water, polluting water body, and deforestations. So how the human activities affect the water body? So urbanizations and waste plastic maybe is dumped into the ground or water, polluting the water body, so as well as the deforestations. So this is the one of the major role which we disturb the water body. We are not worried about the pollutions of water body, so that should be avoided, because water is very very important. All the living organisms need water. Without water we cannot survive. So water is very very important. So today we have studied what is percolations, infiltrations, runoff water, how that is the runoff water. So the water get inside the earth. Thank you.